Navajo federally funded schools for the past 3 years. This is both BIE and grant contract schools, all 66 for Navajo Nation. And we have presenters, Dr. Florinda Jackson and Mr. Dwayne Reeder from the Department of Education, and Dr. Jackson is from the BIE. And they're the data people. One of the reasons why we wanted to present is that in the past, the data that Jody had, the data that BIE had didn't match. So the direction that Jody wants to go is they want to continue the partnership by collaborating, making sure that the data is the same. Because we know that administrators, that is their number one concern. Jody doesn't have the right information. BIE doesn't have the right information. We have the right information. So we're trying to link that all together so that schools have the correct information and collaboration needs to happen. So that's the whole purpose of this presentation. They're going to show you data. I know that we've showed you data at various conferences, but they're going to show you their data. So let's give them a round of applause, Mr. Reeder and Dr. Jackson.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Dwayne Reeder, and I work with the Office of Educational Research and Statistics, which is within the Department of Education in Winter Rock. Our office, most of you know, as we help out, or we're part of the reauthorization process, which is for school districts, grant schools. And that's coming up every year. We have a certain amount of schools. I believe this year there are quite a bit of schools coming up. So who knows what a collaboration is? Collaboration, the word collaboration. So what we did this year, trying to be collaborative, more collaborative with our other partners, we started working more with the Department, Bureau of Indian Education. So that's where we started working together on the data. And what I'm going to present is the data for from 2011 to 2013. 2014, our office hasn't received from the BIE, or we haven't been able to verify the information. Is what we're doing now, is to look at the data. Previous years, from 2011 to 2013, our office, we got a report from BIE, and we compared it to the numbers that we got from the schools, from your schools. And a lot of them, we have the same numbers. The only difference is they were off by half a point. And we've been conversing back and forth with our BIE counterparts as to find out why is there a half a point off. And one thing that we have come up with so far is that when we do our reports, the test grades that you guys give us, the school report cards, the school test sheets you guys give us, we include them all. We include everybody in our reports for DOTI. What BIE does is when they do their school report cards, is they only include the students that were there for the whole school year, 20 days? 180 days. So we include everybody. So that's kind of where some of a little bit of the discrepancies coming in, is that we found out that we include everybody for the whole school year. So that's kind of why our numbers may be a little bit off, maybe different. So that's kind of one thing that we discovered through our partnership. And that's why we're working together more and more. As you can see here, we have 3 systems kind of that we're working with. We have the BIE, and that's centered in Winter Rock. We have the Department of Education, which is our office, and we have the BIE Division of Performance and Accountability. And as you can see here, the goals of all 3, we all collect your data, but we all use it differently. And that's kind of where some of the problems are coming in. For BIE, they like to receive the data and they use it to interpret school data for professional development, and to work within the schools. When we collect your school data, we use it, we analyze the data, and we use it mainly for reauthorization. And then departments, performance and accountability, they also use it for their accountability system, whether or not you guys made AYP or not. So as you can see, there's a big difference between all three offices. So we collect kind of different data. So if you, for BIE, they collect a lot of NEWA scores too. They collect NEWA and they work with you with that, which Dr. Jackson will go over later. Just recently, BIE released the 2013 data to our office and probably to your schools as well at the end of last year. So as you can see here, we have our enrollment information, and what we're working with our office here is 38,000 students. That includes public schools, BIE schools, grant schools, and yeah, those three. And if you can see here, BIE schools, the number of population, and it only represents 21% or 18% of the total Navajo Nation population. So most of our students are 60% are in public school districts. This graph here, if you look at it, it talks about the AYP determinations for 2013. As you can see here for Arizona school, you have 11 schools that made AYP. For New Mexico, there was only 3. These were grant schools. For if they were a BIE school, 13 in New Mexico made. You won't be able to see this side, the comparison. As you can see here, grant schools, the number for that did not make AYP here. For Arizona, it was 14, New Mexico was 8, and Utah was 1, because they only have 1 grant school up there. information we're providing for you, because a lot of you guys give us data, this information is directly from the school report cards. It's from the school report cards that BIE puts out on their website. So this information is public information. So what we did was we broke it down by BIE schools and grant schools and the test scores that were submitted to their offices.
This is a Bureau computer, so 5-minute break, 5-minute break. We have more bookmarkers up here to take back to your schools if you wish. Put it in your library, not library, but library. While we're waiting for the computer to restart, I have a little thing that I experienced that I'll share. I had a group of students that they said, "Franklin, drive me and pass to the library." I said, "Where?" Drive me and pass the library. I said, "Where's the library? I only know where the library is."